man. I do what I do.
Listen to this.
The fall in real time. Fighting for your freedom is brutal. It's exhausting and it is dangerous. And freedom has never been won from the comfort of a couch. I hope that besides getting on your platform and yelling that we're not coming outside, that you're doing other things to help, like boycotting, mutual aid, grassroots organizing, and you're using your platform to encourage others to do the same thing. But make sure you're doing something and stop acting like your apathy is activism. We are not our ancestors. I used to hate that saying because it's disrespectful, but now I get it because our ancestors were brave. They were built different. And some of y'all are built like your ancestors because a lot of y'all had cowards for ancestors. And it shows. My ancestors were way too badass. I already know that I do not measure up, even though I practically.
She said our ancestors were cowards and her ancestors were badass. I want you to keep, she's talking about our foundational Black American ancestors. I want you to, Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, all of them. Keep going.
Live outside, but we are living through our government being taken over. Hiding in fear won't save you and has never won a battle, and it will not win you your freedom either. So if you're too scared to come outside, fine. We heard you the first 50 times you said it. Cool. Stay inside because the rest of us are working. But I will say that I believe that the people who put us in this mess need to be on the front lines. Latinos for Trump, Black MAGA, farmers for Trump, and of course, privileged white folks always ready to play savior, never ready to save themselves.
All righty. So let's have a conversation real quick. Okay. I want to direct this to the little lady right there. Let me make something crystal clear. I want every word to sting where it needs to. Don't you ever in your whole life call our ancestors cowards. The fact that I even have to say this tells me how far removed some of y'all are from reality. How quick some people are to enjoy the privileges purchased with our blood and are bold enough to spit on the graves of the people who made our presence in this country possible. You said our ancestors were cowards? Because we're not in the streets protesting right now? No, they were strategists. They were strategic. They were survivors. They were warriors who fought the most powerful empire on earth with no army, no allies, no mercy shown to them, and still birthed a nation inside of a nightmare. Let's get something straight, ma'am. Your family wasn't hanging from trees in Mississippi. Your grandmother wasn't dragged through dirt roads in Alabama for daring to register to vote. Your great-grandfather wasn't whipped until his skin came off his back for teaching another man how to read. Black people in America didn't come from cowardice. We came from hell, and we built heaven out of it. Cowardice? No, cowardice is watching injustice happen and doing nothing unless it benefits you. Cowardice is staying silent when your voice could make a difference. Cowardice is hiding behind our courage while you enjoy the open doors we kick down. When your grandparents came to America, there were already Black soldiers buried under its soil. Black women had already been beaten, jailed, and firebombed, so you could walk your ass freely in this country and open a business without whites only signs hanging over your head. You didn't protest for the right to immigrate here. Our people died for it. Every freedom you enjoy, every law that protects you is built on the bones of the same people you just disrespected. If my ancestors were cowards, you'd still be begging a white man for permission to enter this country. So keep your mouth shut. Matter of fact, keep your mouth off of us, because we fought wars you never would have survived. We fought with faith When the world gave us nothing but despair, we fought with our hands, our minds, and our blood, while the same government that let your behind over here was lynching our people. You don't get to call our descendants Nat Turner and Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass and Ida B. Wells and Sojourner Truth and Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King cowards. You don't get to talk down to the lineage of black men and women who built this nation brick by brick, under lash, under the gun, under constant threat of annihilation. We're not out in the streets because we learn from history. Because we understand that every time we bleed, someone else cashes in on the spectacle. We've matured past emotional reaction. We've evolved beyond performative protest. And most of all, we've outgrown the need to prove our bravery to anyone, especially you. So let me educate you. When you see us quiet, we're not scared, we're calculating. When you see us still, we're not frozen, we're focused. When you don't see us outside, it's because we're inside building power, financial, political, and generational. You see, we've spent 400 years fighting battles so other people could claim freedom. And we're done fighting on command. And this is damn sure not cowardice, it is wisdom. This is the evolution of a people who learn that the loudest fighter isn't always the one who wins. Sometimes it's the one who moves in silence, who waits for the right time and strikes with precision. So before you run your big fat mouth and call us cowards, remember who opened the door for you to speak freely. Remember whose struggle created the space you now occupy. And remember that we are the descendants of survivors, not spectators. You wouldn't last one damn generation in the world our ancestors endured. We didn't need validation from the descendants of bystanders. We're the descendants of the storm. We're the children of the ones who refused to die, who refused to bow, who refused to stop believing that freedom was worth fighting for. So the next time you think to call us cowards, understand the only reason you can speak that insult in English instead of your native land, your native tongue, and you can do it in America as opposed to in your native soil without chains on your wrist, is because our so-called cowardly ancestors built the stage you're standing on. Now go sit your ass down and show some respect, because while you talk, we build. And while you mock, we rise. And when this country shifts again, and it always does, don't be surprised when the same people you just called cowards are the ones standing while the dust settles. This is Uncle D. I love you all. And as I always say at this time, I'm out.
Dennis Spurling Podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe.